Hi, Art-Alchemy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Marie's paints, watercolors mostly. I have everything from watercolor, acrylics, and gouache. I first have to say this. I will link after I post this video in the edit section. I would actually put the frugal crafter Lindsey Rydich. She just did a video on these paints right here, the Marie's Masters. She's been working with watercolor. I mean, from since she was a child. So um, I trust her judgment, but also I trust myself. And you also trust what you like and what you want to try. So I will link that so you guys can see it and then make up your minds. So she only talk about these, and but I'm gonna talk to you about Marie's in general. So these are a Jerry Arterrama exclusive. I shop there a lot online, obviously, because I live in California and they're in North Carolina. They do have Jerry's in Texas as well, from what I hear. But so these are very inexpensive. They're not these, but these are the Marie's. All of these are 18 set. Let me just begin there. So this is a Marie's watercolor 18 set, and then this is the Marie's gouache 18 set as well. And I don't know why they have that one, but they do. But I can't find my swatches on these, but I did do them somewhere in the middle fall. I have them somewhere, I just don't know where. But I do remember how I first got the gouache set, this one, and then I was very satisfied. I got actually the gouache at, you might have seen it here on my channel. Last year, sometime in, I think in the early summer, if not late spring, I did get a set of gouache, and I was so satisfied with it that I decided I gave it away. It was a 12 set, and I was really happy with it because this gouache is not like the other gouache. Marie's gouache is almost identical to watercolor. It's only a little bit thicker than their actual watercolors. So the reason that I have the 18 set is because I like this one, and it was under $10. I think it was like $7.99 or something like that when I got this, and I was like, oh cool, I could get the, because I really liked it. So, and do you mind, these are like sketchbook, these are not like professional. These are, which the other Marie's that I'm going to talk to you at the end, but these are not. But they are very budget friendly, and I happen to like them. Um, to me, they're clean, and I've tried a number of watercolors over the course of 13 months since I started this art journey, and I don't do it just by seeing. I do it by the feel. When I press my brush and I put them under that paper, and I do it on both, on regular 100% cotton watercolor paper, hot and cold. I actually like the hot press. I'm leaning more on hot than cold. And then I actually do it on cold press, and I also do it on, I like my paper rough, the cellulose, and I have big sheets of Van Gogh. Those are very good quality, black and white. You've seen me swatch them on here on my channel, and I don't see much of difference from there, from the 100%, other than the pigment might be a little bit brighter. That's it. But that's basically so far on my observations, and that's how I decide on paper, how I decide on paint. And I've tried, like I said, budget friendly paint. I love the Mei Ling ones from Paul Rubin. A lot of you might have. I have two sets of those of student grades. I didn't like the Mungyo, and I gave them away. I also didn't like the Artist Well, even though that was a large. I kept the tin, and I put another Russian artist quality paints, which there are future here as well. But I'll talk to them about it more with my Ukrainian paints, and then other paints that I have from Russia. But this is all about Marie. So I just want to tell you guys that because I don't want you to get scared or anything. And yeah, they're um, like I said, they're really good videos on things, and people trash these. But I've noticed that Chinese people, because they're from China, Shanghai, they seem to work with these, and I was like, okay. And I noticed that the 12 set, it's trash. Don't buy that one. I bought the watercolor one, and I gave it away. But I, for some reason, the 18 set. Now the gouache 12 set, you could try Marie's gouache, and it's really fairly clean. It's identical to this 18 set. So I presume the 24 set is the same because they have 12 sets, 24 sets, and 18 sets of these. And the professional, yeah, it does go on 24 sets, and that's it. But yeah, so like I said, I swatched them. I had tried gouache, and I liked it. On my sketchbook, and to play around. It's like I said, it's fairly clean. I don't know why the 12 set of watercolor was kind of like not, it was the opposite of that. It was trash basically. And I didn't really like it. It would split. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know. It might have been older. Who knows? But because they come in a plastic overlay, not an overlay, but a plastic, clear plastic on them so they don't fall out. And these little boxes are actually quite sturdy. So let me show you that these. So this is the gouache. This is the watercolor, which I like, and then these a little bit different. These are the acrylics. So I bought the acrylics because they were also on sale in the fall. And usually Jerry Arterrama will have these under $10 each on sale. So sometimes you could get them for like even $3, which is insane. I think the first set of gouache, that's kind of what I bought it for, like $3.50, and it was a 12 set. But I gave it away so somebody could try because I remember the Maries, I guess from the 80s. This brand is like super old. So yeah, and I'm actually gonna do an experiment later on, probably when the weather gets better, probably somewhere in the late spring, maybe early summer, or if it gets, yeah, probably somewhere in the spring. So I'm going to combine to see if it'll act like acrylic wash. I'm going to combine some of my wash to the acrylic, mix it half and half, and see if it'll act like acrylic. I mean, that was the reason that I bought I bought them together, so I would do that, and I didn't, have be fun, and I didn't have to spend too much money. Okay, so that's that. So they're not professional. They're sketchbook friendly, and get the 18 set. I don't know about the 24 set because I have not tried them, but I know all the 18 sets are excellent, and you won't break the bank. So let me now, Lindsey, talk about these, and these are the they come in this small box, but they're these basically. So these are the Marie's Masters watercolors. So these are the professional line, and they come in like 12 set. They also come open stock. 12 set, 18 set, and I think 32 set or 24. I'm not sure, but I think it's 24. And then that's it, all for the sets. If you want them open stock each, you can. I didn't buy them open stock because they're more expensive. When I calculated, I figured the 18 set will do me just fine. And that's where I got this. I had already had this palette anyway, so no problem. I got them, and I've been trying them out all throughout the whole the rest of fall, and now we're in winter, but I really like them. So this was my first my first what is it, swatch of them. And like, as you can see, they're very bright, and this is my Van Gogh um cellulose paper, which I love because it's thick and I like working on it. And this is hot press. You see the difference? This acted more like a gouache, and this looks like watercolor, but it's just the paper different, same paints. See how clean they are? Like, And I like the range that they give you 2 yellows, and actually it has a white as well. I didn't swatch it because what was the point? You can't see it. And then it has like an Aurelian or something yellow, and then it has 3 different reds, as you can see there. I think these are the same because I think I have like I might have 4 greens, and then this violet. Oh my god, this violet is excellent. It's almost like a very similar to Winsor Newton, but also I think a little bit lower than Daniel Smith, but it's very, very good. I think it's this one. And then we got 3 types of blues, and then I think these are like I don't really like the browns, but I like this one. And so I just kind of I don't know their names, but yeah. And then obviously gray, another type of gray. This is black actually. And then I think is yellow ochre, one of these, and then uh, the other one, the brown one that everybody knows the name, but except me because I don't like it. I like the terracotta one, and I think this is similar to terracotta, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so Lindsay did make it, like I said, a long video about these, and she gives you her points of what she likes and what she didn't like. She didn't like a lot of the range. I like all my set because, like I said, it's a complete set, and I like the variety of it, and I really like it. Like I said, I mix it and stuff, and it paints really well, like as you can see. And this is the professional. It cost me like $32. So when you get it on sale, it's super cheap, and they are professionals. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 9mm. Yeah, I think it's a 9mm. Let me see. So I think it's a 9mm tube. It's not a 5, it's actually a 9. They're quite, and like I said, and they're quite pigmented. So these are the ones to get if you want just professional. But the other ones, I mean, even if they're like gifts, I mean, they're nice because everybody works on their sketchbooks, and I do it daily. So yeah, and I actually use these also almost daily. I really like them. I can't seem to put them down ever since I got them. And this is where I have an issue with like Da Vinci paints and some other paints like the Schminka. The Schminka, I like them, but they're really light. I like my paint like this, where they're light, but they're pigmented. That's why I love the roses. Oh my God. That's another paint that I like. I really liked. And but the roses are a bit of opaque. These are not opaque. These are very, very clean and watercolory like. To me, the schminkas were, and I'll talk a little more about it. They were just way too clear for me. But anyway, I sorry I had to pause the video. My stepdad was coming, and that's his room across our kitchen. That's his room, and so yeah, I paused it so you guys won't see it. Anyway, back to Marie's masters. So yeah, so like I said, and I'm making this video because they're not in the US or in the English or Spanish um, versions of Marie's masters. A lot of them are Asian people, and like I'm telling you, they use them like me religiously, like these. They don't care. Their paints, they will paint. And that's probably why the Himi gouache as well had this boom, because I hear that they use them that's why they're so cheap. Like Chinese students use them daily. That's why there's always 2 whites. One to mix, the other one to as a regular white paint. So I don't have an issue with them. Like I said, don't get the 12 set. That's trash. The masters are different. They're obviously artist grade. Also, don't get the pan set because they also sell the pan set of these. Don't get the pan set because I didn't get the pan set, but I because I never was drawn to that. But Lindsay did say that they're identical to Jerry Q from Amazon. That don't get that because that's also trash. So get the tubes, Marie's Masters, and when they're on sale, I think they run between 2 and 4 a tube if you buy them open stock, and they also have the metallic kind. I want to get those, but down the road probably. And then they have the sets. I got the sets, like I said, because they were cheap. 32. I paid 32, $33. Right around I think right before Black Friday sale, something like that. I don't remember, but I remember. I think it was actually Cyber Monday or something like that. But yeah, and I, like I said, I really like I'm really happy with them. I squeezed just enough here just to see, and yeah, I was very impressed to say the least, because there's certain things I look for. Well, anyway, let me backtrack a little bit. Why I'm telling you these, because these are really affordable. They're artist grade, and there's some a lot of times artist grade watercolors are really hard to come by, and yeah, and when they're on sale, these a lot of the times on Jerry's are on sale. You could check now because they have at the end of the year overstock thing to see if they're on sale. They probably are. um and yeah, and then you decide for yourself. These are, like I said, sketchbook. If you want to get them, fine, but I mean, who doesn't wouldn't like an 18 set under $10, you know? Even if it is for sketchbook, and like I said, the 18 sets are really clean. The masters are different. Just don't get the I won't stress this enough, do not get the pan set, because that's trash. And I had a feeling about that. I also choose my watercolors through feeling. I, like I said, I YouTube a lot of things. These are were just try and error. It's just something that I saw on the website last year, and I just tried them, and I fell in love with the gouache. And so yeah, and that's how I came about. And then I was like, oh, I saw Lindsey that she bought 3 of the master tubes, and she really liked them. And I was like, okay, so my instincts were right. I could get this set and be all right. And like I said, it doesn't break the bank. Well, what I'm telling you is suggesting is that for a lot of you that have a budget, I have a budget too, but you can't see it on here because I've been buying stuff. I have a budget, but I will wait for things that are on sale, for good things that are on sale, and then I'll get them. And you'll see for my birthday, I have a few things coming in that they were on sale, but they're high quality as well. So that's kind of what I do, and I do it too with my clothes. People are like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" Well, I got them at the Nordstrom rack because I wait for the sales and I get them from there. I wouldn't buy them from the regular Nordstrom store because they're expensive, even though I have a credit card from there. But yeah, they're expensive. But I will put on the rack, and I do it for other stores. I might look expensive, but I didn't get them expensive. If somebody buys them for you, by all means. But if you, I know they would appreciate it if you save them $1. So like I said, they're budget friendly. These Marie's Master Colors, their art is great because, like I said, I have an issue with a lot of like the Da Vinci and all that, and the tubes are super small. So I have 3 tubes that I got last year, and the price had gone up, and there were trial ones, and I think I'm pretty sure I only paid like $9, and I think now they're like 15, and then they charged me the $5 to get them to my house. So in total I paid like 15. For now, those little things are like, I think they're like 15 now. And yeah, so that's the reason that I mentioned, because I try to get like a set, or you know something kind of worth the dollar, rather than just getting something small like the Da Vinci. Those 3 tubes that I have, I don't really use them. I try them out and I keep them there. Why? Because there's only 3 of them, and I wasn't really attracted to the colors. There were like these type of colors, and I'm like, oh, that was another thing. If I'm attracted to the colors that I see, I will buy that. If I'm not, then I won't buy it. Because at the end of the day, is the colors that make their kind of allow me to create, because if I like the color range, so things like that. So yeah, that's the reason that I mention all this, and that I say, you make up your own mind, and do whatever, but these are budget friendly for sure. And like you see, I had squeeze. I'm gonna refill this palette pretty soon, maybe in another week. And look how much paint I put on here, and it's been there for like 2 months. And look the tube. Look how much I squeezed out of it, and look how much I have left. So yeah, they will last you for a while. So I just wanted to stress that. And yeah, I really like the Marie stuff, even the student grade ones. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys had a good day and keep on watercoloring. I'll see you guys later. Bye.